18, the age at where most of us seem to be at a crossroad in life. Years ago, I thought being 18 would be a glorious moment for me, thinking I would be able to fully understand and enjoy life. Today's breakfast looks really messy. So we have an apple and oats. And we get some of the nut butter and it will taste amazing. I had always looked forward to growing up and thought that by the time I turned 18, I would become the strong independent woman I had always dreamt to be. Apparently, life doesn't always go as planned. Today, I am overwhelmed with what seems like an unending amount of work to complete. Watching lectures after lectures, churning out reports weekly, life seems to be a complete blur as I attempt to finish up my weekly tasks. Growing up, we are often told that our teenage years would be one of our best times, that we should make the most out of it. I found it almost impossible to do so, as I was constantly stressed out because of school. My calculator that has very faithfully served me for 10 years has officially died. So I'm using my brother's. My test is in 18 minutes and I am a little nervous, I have to say. Turning 18 was not as glorious as I thought it would be. To me, it meant more responsibilities and burdens to shoulder. It meant that my parents are growing older and our time spent together is becoming more limited. I don't want to grow up anymore. While other 18-year-olds were able to spend their days carefully traveling the world, I was stuck on this tiny island with the next few years of my life dedicated to studying. We have a biostats quiz and we had 3 questions to finish in 30 minutes, which would be possible if it was on pen and paper. It was an online quiz and everything had to be done on the keyboard. And there wasn't even enough time. And I have another test later, so I have to finish up my revision for that. Right now, can't stop thinking about it. But you know how they say, there's always a silver lining even during the toughest times. Though having endless amount of work to complete isn't the most exciting thing, it does mean that I get to grow, improve, and become a better version of myself. One day, when I look back to the person that I once was, I will realize how far I've gotten and how much I've grown. I will be able to show my parents that this little seed that they have nurtured with all their heart has now grown to become a big tree, one that is capable of leading others and one that will be taking on the role of their caregiver. At one point, I also stopped comparing myself to other 18-year-olds who seem to lead a much cooler life than me. We're all on a different journey in life, and making comparisons only seemed to discourage myself even further. I decided to make the most of my time and resources that I had to be able to fulfill my dreams. I decided to live a life that I wouldn't regret living. I also want you to know that you're doing fine now. Don't lose sight of your goals because life is full of hope and wonders. Even if you no longer know what you really want, just hang in there. One day, you'll get to where you want to be and you'll know that all your effort was worth it. The tears you shed when you were 12 or when you were 16 will all be worth it. Also,
Look. That was one time.
Huh?
That was